Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Shrimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 12, verses 23 to 26. We will chant verse number 26 together. 23, 24 and 25 I will chant by myself. Shri Shuka Uvacha iti bruvana vanyonyam dharma jijnasaya nripa yuyudhate mahavidya vindra vritrau yudham pati. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Shri Shukadeva Goswami said, Vritrasura and King Indra spoke about devotional service even on the battlefield, and then, as a matter of duty, they again began fighting. My dear king, both of them were great fighters and were equally powerful. Avidya parigam vritraha karshnaya sammarindamaha indraya prahino ghoram vamahastena marisha. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. O Maharaj Parikshit, Asura, who was completely able to subdue his enemy, took his iron club, whirled it around, aimed it at Indra, and then threw it at him with his left hand. Text number 25. Satu vritrasya parigam karam cha karabhopamam chichcheda yugapad devo vajrena shataparvana. Translation. With his thunderbolt named Shataparvan, Indra simultaneously cut to pieces Vritrasura's club and his remaining hand. Verse number 26, we will chant this together. Kindly repeat. Dorbhyam utkritta mulabhyam babhau raktasravo suraha chinna paksho yatha gotraha khad bhrashto vajrina hataha. Translation. Vritrasura, bleeding profusely, his two arms cut off at their roots, looked very beautiful, like a flying mountain whose wings have been cut to pieces by Indra. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. It appears from the statement of this verse that sometimes there are flying mountains and that their wings are cut by the thunderbolt of Indra. Vritrasura's huge body resembled such a mountain. Dasa Bhaktivedanta purport. Recently, the President of the United States, he announced that he was forming a board for peace, and he invited several countries to join. India was also one of the countries invited to join this board for peace. And India have not yet confirmed their joining, they are thinking what to do. Because this board for peace is a parallel organization to the United Nations. United Nations is also formed for what? For unity and peace. United Nations. All nations, let us stay united. Let us not fight with each other. That's the premise. Somehow, Donald Trump feels that the United Nations is not effective. It is not doing its job. So he has taken it upon himself to form a board for peace. The purpose is to keep peace within the whole world. And forming the board for peace, what is the first job? Let us send an army to Gaza. And simultaneously send fighter ships to Iran. So, board for peace is creating more wars. Ironical. So, the America is now turning into what historically we have seen, how the British Empire was going everywhere in the name of economy. First send the East India Company, and then behind them send the army, and then take over, colonize. So like that, Iraq, Venezuela, now Iran. So America is again using the same policy. Two weapons. What is that? One is economy, tariffs, and another is send the army militarily you subdue all the other organizations to do your bidding. So when we look at this, we see everywhere two countries fighting with each other, two leaders fighting with each other. The President of the United States, he issues certain statements. Iran, if you don't follow what I say, what happened in Venezuela is going to happen to you. And from there, from Iran, Khomeini, he is the head. He says, you touch us and I will show you what we will do to you. Both of them fighting with each other. Similarly, you can see here, Vritrasura and Indra are also fighting. So this fighting has been going on between two rulers, two leaders, two kings since time immemorial. But then there is a difference in this fight. Although such fights have been there since time immemorial, you cannot expect Bhagavatam to describe the fight between America and Venezuela, or between America and Iran, or the World War I, World War II. Bhagavatam is not interested in all that. But Bhagavatam is describing the fighting of Vritrasura and Indra. That is also fighting, no? And you can see here today's verse. What is said? Dorbhyam utkritta moolabhyam. Both the hands of Vritrasura cut off from the root, from the shoulder. And babau raktasravo. And blood is pouring out. What a ghastly scene. And Bhagavatam is saying, it was looking very beautiful. What a contrast. Blood is pouring out, arms are cut off, and this is looking beautiful. What is the Bhagavatam? Why is the Bhagavatam interested in the fight to death between two people? Externally, it looks like Indra and Vritrasura are fighting for power, position, just like in today's world also. Donald Trump is fighting with the Venezuelan president, and then he is fighting with Iran, Khomeini, and so many, and there Russia is fighting with Ukraine. Putin is fighting with Zelensky, and this is going on everywhere. So, why is the Bhagavatam describing this kind of mundane thing? Fighting between two people for position and power. So actually, if we want to understand this, there is a beautiful instance from the Mahabharata, which is described in the Bhagavatam also. What happened after the Pandavas lost the game of dice? They were sent into forest exile. They had to go to Vanavasa. And after that, they were supposed to go 1 year in exile, Ajnatavasa. And after that, they would get back their kingdom if they successfully completed these two conditions. So when the Pandavas went to the forest, now when they go to the forest, they have to live like how you have to live in the forest. So they were dressing themselves in tree bark, collecting whatever fruits and roots were available in the forest, and with that they were cooking. And like this life was going on. Very simple life, austere life. So you can imagine if you have to wear tree bark and you have to manage your day, it's not easy. But of course, the Kshatriyas those days were trained in all these things. They knew how to live in the forest. So, Duryodhana from the beginning was an envious person, right? Envy was the root cause of all his disagreements with the Pandavas. So, Duryodhana wanted to rub it in. He called all his ministers and Karna and all those people, all his brothers, Dushasana, everybody called and said, let us go to the forest and have a picnic. We'll go to the forest where the Pandavas are right now. So many forests are there. He could have gone to any forest. He said, let us go to the forest where the Pandavas are and let us have a picnic in front of them. Thoda jalaenge unko. So he got all his small army and all his friends and all the people he brought and had a big party, picnic in the middle of the forest, bang opposite where the Pandavas are there. So, Pandavas, he was showing up. See, you people, you are suffering in the forest and look at how I am enjoying. That was his whole thing. Now what happened? When Duryodhana was doing this, the Gandharvas attacked the Kaurava camp. And there was a big fight, Ghamasan, big fight between the Gandharvas and the Kauravas. One side the Gandharvas and this side Duryodhana, and along with Karna and Dushasana and all these people. Fight, heavy fight. But the Gandharvas are not human beings. They are a superior race. So they quickly defeated everyone. So Karna ran away from the battlefield. Dushasana ran away. All the soldiers, everybody ran away. Duryodhana all alone left. To his credit, Duryodhana did not run away. But he also got defeated, and the Gandharvas caught him and bound him up. Now, some of the soldiers, they escaped, who had run away. They immediately thought, they started discussing, now what to do? Our king Duryodhana is captured. We cannot leave him like this. What shall we do? How to rescue him? How to get him back? The only way is somebody more powerful than the Gandharvas we have to approach. Who is there who are more powerful than the Gandharvas? It's only the Pandavas. And they are right here. Let us go and approach them. So they all went and approached the Pandavas and told, like this it has happened. And the Gandharvas have captured Duryodhana. So please, you have to help us. So Bhima responded. He said, what we should have done with great difficulty, the Gandharvas have achieved for us. Good, let him be there. We are not going to come. Get lost. You know, Bhima Sena was always like that. So Yudhishthira immediately jumped in. He said, no, Bhima, don't tell like that. You know, we brothers, we may have 100 fights in between. But when an outside party comes and attacks us, it is a kalanka, it is a great disrepute for our whole dynasty. That somebody from our dynasty has been captured, defeated by the Gandharvas. We cannot sit quietly. So you and Arjuna, please go and free Duryodhana from the clutches of the Gandharvas. Bhimasena was like, what to do? Anyway, elder brother is telling where to go. So Arjuna and Bhima went. And when they went, the Gandharvas, of course, they were not willing to let them go. So Arjuna all alone fought with the Gandharvas. He did not even need the help of Bhimasena. And he freed Duryodhana. So Duryodhana became very obligated. Naturally, he felt obliged. And he thanked Arjuna to his credit. Although Duryodhana had many bad qualities, he had some good qualities also. So he thanked Arjuna and he told, I want to give you something. Please ask me. Because after all, Arjuna was his younger brother. You ask me for any benediction, I am ready to give you. So Arjuna responded, no, I'm not interested in anything. I don't need anything, so forget it. Duryodhana said, no, I want to give you something. Please ask. Arjuna said, no, I don't want anything. I did my duty, that's all. So Duryodhana said, okay, whenever you need anything, you please come to me. I'll be ready to fulfill your request. And so then Duryodhana went back and the Pandavas continued. They finished their Vanavasa. Then Ajnatavasa also they finished. And at the end of the Ajnatavasa, when they were supposed to live incognito, they were living in the kingdom of King Virata. So towards the end of their Ajnatavasa, the Kauravas attacked the kingdom of Virata, and Arjuna who was living as Brihannala. He came out with Uttara, the son of Virata, and he defeated the entire Kaurava army, all alone. Arjuna all alone. And on the side of the Kauravas, Duryodhana was there, Bishmadev was there, Karna was there, Dushasana was there, Ashwathama was there, Dronacharya was there, and on this side, Arjuna all alone. Uttara was driving the chariot. And Arjuna defeated all of them. So after being defeated, the Kauravas spoke amongst themselves, who can defeat us except for Arjuna? All alone he is defeated. So it is impossible for anybody other than Arjuna. So then Arjuna revealed himself, yes, I am Arjuna. So immediately Duryodhana started clapping his hands. Ajnatavasa gone, finished. So you have to go back. You have to go back to the forest, this 14 years, and then 1 year of Ajnatavasa. You have to repeat it. This is the condition of the game of dice. So although he was defeated, he became happy. Then Bhishmadev said, no, Duryodhana, I just did a calculation. Just now, before Arjuna got revealed, that Muhurta for 1 year of Ajnatavasa is over. So they have completed the Ajnatavasa. So Shakuni did his own calculation. And he did a convoluted calculation and said, no, according to me, Muhurta is not over. So that is how Duryodhana said, I am not returning the kingdom. So naturally, the Pandavas said, we have lawfully, we have completed all the conditions. You are not returning it. You are making some excuse and trying to get away. So it's not possible. So only way is we have to fight. So the Kurukshetra war started. And Kurukshetra war started on the one side, the Pandavas along with their allies. And on the other side, Duryodhana along with their allies. And big fight. The Kauravas, they had how many? 11 Akshohinis or something like that. And the Pandavas had about 6 or 7. Almost half of what the Kauravas had. And a big fight started. First day, second day, like this fight is going on. And on the side of the Pandavas, Bhimasena is the commander-in-chief, Senadipati. And on the Pandavas, on the Kauravas side, Bishmadev, he is the Senadipati. And fighting is going on. And fighting is going on 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, it is going on. Duryodhana had thought that, one day we will finish off. On my side, Bhishma is there, Karna is there, Dronacharya is there. What are the Pandavas in front of them? But he's saying, fight is going on 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. It's not ending. So Duryodhana called Bhishmadeva and he said, see Bhishmadeva, you are not fighting properly. If you fight properly, you defeated even Parashurama. What are the Pandavas in front of you? They are nothing. So you are not fighting to your full capacity. You are favoring the Pandavas. You are saying that you are fighting for me, but you are actually fighting for the Pandavas. Bhishmadeva, when he heard this, he got very angry. He said, no. What are you saying? Why are you saying like this? I assure you that if this is the way you are saying, Bhishmadeva took out 5 arrows. And he said, with these 5 arrows, I assure you, tomorrow, all the 5 Pandavas will be killed. This is my vow. So Duryodhana became very happy. Bhishmadeva has taken a vow. Now the Pandavas, now he has taken a vow. There is no question of the Pandavas going scot-free. So I am going to win the battle tomorrow. But then, there is this intervening time. Now it is already evening. So tonight to tomorrow, there is still time left. What if Bhishmadeva, after all he is an old man, he'll keep the 5 arrows somewhere and he will forget. Or suppose somebody steals those 5 arrows, what will happen? So Duryodhana told Bhishmadeva, you do one thing, you give the 5 arrows to me. I'll keep it safely. Tomorrow morning when the battle starts, I will give these 5 arrows to you and then you finish the Pandavas. Bhishmadeva said, okay, keep what is there. He gave it to him. Now what Duryodhana did not factor in was, Sarvasya chaham hridi sannivishto. In everybody's heart there is one person. Our Krishna. Right? He did not factor in Krishna. Now Krishna is Paramatma. He is seated in everyone's heart. He knows everything that is going on directly, indirectly. Itaratas charteshu abhijnaha swarat. He knows directly and indirectly whatever is going on everywhere, in every universe. So Krishna called Arjuna. And Krishna told Arjuna, see Arjuna, like this, Bhishmadeva has taken a vow that he will kill all the Pandavas with 5 arrows. And it's impossible to stop him. So Arjuna said, now what to do, Krishna? Then Krishna told Arjuna, you remember long back when you were in Vanavasa, you had fought the Gandharvas and you had released Duryodhana. Arjuna said, yeah, I remember. At that time, Duryodhana had told you he'll give you one benediction. Yeah, he had told. So now is the time. Go to Duryodhana and ask the 5 arrows from him. So Arjuna said, okay. Arjuna went to the camp of Duryodhana. Duryodhana received Arjuna and he said, come Arjuna. Because at the evening, once the battle is over, the Kshatriyas will treat each other friendly. They will not fight. Some rules were there. Some principles they followed. So Arjuna came and Duryodhana received him warmly and he made him sit and asked, yes, Arjuna, please tell me what you want. Arjuna reminded Duryodhana, so you remember that Gandharva fight? I released you and you had said you will give me a benediction. Duryodhana said, yes, I remember and I'll keep my word. If you want, do you want the kingdom from me? I'm ready to give it. Arjuna said, no, I don't want the kingdom. Because if Arjuna takes the kingdom like that, everybody will say that Arjuna cheated the Kauravas and they were incapable of winning the battle. So that's not something, for a Kshatriya, honor is everything. So Arjuna said, no, I don't want the kingdom. I want those 5 arrows. Duryodhana was like, oh my God. What to do? I've given my word. I cannot do anything. So he took the 5 arrows and gave it to Arjuna. Arjuna happily took the 5 arrows and left. Next day morning, both sides have got ready for battle. And Bishmadev called Duryodhana, come Duryodhana, please, I am ready. Give me the 5 arrows. Duryodhana was like, what to do? How do I tell? What happened? Give me the 5 arrows. No, where are the 5 arrows? Then Duryodhana told Bhishmadeva, like this it happened. Arjuna came yesterday night and he took away the 5 arrows. So then Bhishmadeva became wild. He said, this is cheating. So, this is how Arjuna is doing? Okay, I am taking a vow. By today evening, either Arjuna will be killed or Krishna will have to lift arms. One of the two things has to happen. And Bhishmadeva went into the battlefield fully furious. And that day he fought so valiantly, left, right and center. Arjuna came in front of Bishmadev and Arjuna was trying to battle with Bishmadev, but he was not able to withstand the arrows of Bishmadev. Everything around Arjuna got broken, left, right and center. And finally Arjuna was left with no answer to Bhishmadeva's arrows. And then Bhishmadeva fixed his arrow, ready to shoot at Arjuna and finish off Arjuna. So when Krishna saw this, now what to do? What to do? Now Arjuna is going to get killed. So Krishna immediately jumped down from the chariot. And there was one chariot wheel which was lying there. He picked it up and ran towards Bhishmadev, ready to kill him with that chariot wheel. And Bhishmadev looked at Krishna and he said, oh Krishna, you are coming to kill me? What greater fortune than this? He dropped his bow, arrow, everything and he said, yes, come Krishna, I am ready to be killed by you. And at that time, the sun set and the battle ended for the day. So Bhishma also, he also was not killed. Arjuna was also not killed. And Bhishma's vow was also kept. Bhishma's vow was either Arjuna will be killed by today evening or Krishna has to lift weapons. And Krishna lifted a weapon. So when we look at this fight between Bhishmadev, Arjuna, how does it appear? Externally, for anybody who watches it, for people like Duryodhana and all, two people are fighting each other. Bhishma is fighting, Arjuna is fighting, Kola Veri. I have to finish Arjuna. Great anger. Both are fighting. And Arjuna also, I will see how he will win. Both are fighting each other. It appears like any other battle, no? Any other fight. Two soldiers are fighting, how they will fight? Each one trying to kill each other. Like we are seeing. Indra and Vritrasura fighting with each other. Both of them trying to kill each other. And Indra has sent his Vajra and cut off the hands of Vritrasura. Exactly like that. Bhishma and Arjuna are also fighting. Actually, later, after the battle of Kurukshetra was won by the Pandavas, Bhishmadeva was lying on the bed of arrows. And when he was lying on the bed of arrows, and when the time for leaving his body was coming, Krishna and the Pandavas came in front of Bhishmadev. So at that time, Bhishmadev recited a few prayers to Krishna before leaving his body. So one of the things that Bhishmadev spoke of, Yudhi Turaga Rajo Vidumra Vishwa Kachalulita Samavarya Lankritasye Mama Nishita Sharair Vibidyamanatvachi Kavache Krishna Astu Atma. So Bhishmadeva said, he is describing that battlefield, that fight between Arjuna and Bhishma which happened. Valiant fight between the two of them. Violent fight. Both releasing arrows, hitting each other. So externally when people saw both of them fighting each other, Arjuna and Bhishma not able to stand each other. But actually on the battlefield something else was happening between the two of them, between Bhishma and Arjuna. Something else was happening, which external people could not make out. But Bhishmadeva described this. Bhishma describes in that battlefield, Yudhi, in that battlefield, what was happening? Arjuna and on his chariot was in front of me and I was in front of him. Both of us were fighting at that time. And when we were fighting, what was I seeing? Turaga Rajo Vidumra Vishwa Kachalulita Samavarya Lankritasye. Krishna, I was seeing your lotus face. I was not seeing Arjuna. I was not seeing him releasing arrows. I was captivated by your lotus face. With your curly hair decorating your face And those curly hair, Turagarajo Vidumra, with the dust rising from all the horses which were running in the battlefield, the dust had settled on your curly hair, and that was decorating your lotus face. And not only that, I could see you were holding the reins of the chariot of Arjuna, and you were pulling the chariot this way, that way, and out of the effort, Shramavaryalankritasye, out of that Shrama, beads of perspiration were decorating your forehead. What a scene it was. And not only that, Mama Nishita Sharair, my sharp arrows I was releasing. What was Bishmadev releasing his arrows at? He was releasing his arrows at Mama Nishita Sharair Vibidyamana Tvachi Kavache Astu Krishna Atma. So I was releasing my sharp arrows, and those arrows were piercing your armor. So what was the fight actually going on the battlefield between Arjuna and Bhishma? Bhishma is trying to somehow pierce his arrows upon Krishna, and Arjuna is saying, let me see how you will touch Krishna. Both of them are fighting to, one is trying to, to attack Krishna, and the other is trying to protect him. This is what was going on between Arjuna and Bhishma actually. But externally when we see, what do we think? We think, both of them are fighting each other. But there actually something else was going on. And Bhishma was so expert. His arrows, despite Arjuna's full effort, Bhishma's arrows were piercing Krishna's armor. And piercing Krishna's armor, and what? Not only were they piercing Krishna's armor, they were drawing blood from Krishna. So Krishna's body was decorated with not only beads of perspiration, but blood oozing from the wounds created by Krishna's arrows. So if we look at this, we'll wonder, what is this? Why is Bhishmadeva is a Mahajana? He's a pure devotee. Why is he doing this? He is harming Krishna. He is drawing blood from Krishna. How is this possible? So Prabhupada explains in the purport, in the first canto this is described. Prabhupada explains in the purport that when Bhishmadeva's arrows were piercing Krishna's body and blood was coming out, what was Krishna feeling? Krishna was feeling like Bhishmadeva is throwing flower garlands upon Krishna. You see? Why? Because that relationship between Krishna and Bhishmadeva is in the mood of chivalry, Virya Rasa. So in Virya Rasa, one tries to attack the other and the other tries to protect him. So Arjuna is trying, I will protect Krishna at any cost. And Bhishma is saying, I will see how you will be able to stop my arrows. And Krishna is enjoying this. When Bhishma is able to penetrate Arjuna's protection and it is able to hit him, Krishna is enjoying as if Bhishma is offering flowers to his lotus feet. Such a wonderful relationship. And Bhishmadeva, in his last moments, he is remembering that. And Prabhupada explains that why Bhishmadeva is specifically remembering this is because Krishna, although he was troubled by Bhishmadeva like this, Krishna did not leave Arjuna's chariot and go. He continued his promise to Arjuna that he would drive the chariot. And when time came for Bhishma to leave his body, Krishna did not say, oh, that Bhishma, he was attacking me in the battlefield, he injured me. I am not going to go in front of him. No, Krishna himself came and stood in front of Bhishmadeva so that when Bhishmadeva was leaving his body, he would not have any trouble remembering Krishna. He could actually see Krishna and leave his body. So therefore, Bhishmadeva was remembering this. And not only this, Bhishmadeva also remembered after this big battle between Arjuna and Bhishmadeva, when Krishna took up the chariot wheel, Swanigamamapahaya matpratijnam ritam kartum. Why did Krishna pick up that chariot wheel? Actually, as long as Krishna was seated on the chariot of Arjuna, there was no possibility of anyone defeating Arjuna. But still, matpratijnam ritamadikartum, in order to fulfill the vow of mine, Bhishmadeva is saying, in order to fulfill my vow, Krishna created a situation where Arjuna apparently got defeated by me. Otherwise, it was impossible. Krishna willed let Arjuna be defeated so that Bhishma's vow can be kept. And not only did Krishna do that, Swanigamam apahaya, Krishna gave up his own promise. What was Krishna's promise before the battle began? He had promised that he will not lift any weapon. But Krishna broke his promise. Why? Swanigamam apahaya mat pratijnam ritamadikartum. To keep the vow of Bhishma, Krishna decided to break his vow. Avapluto ratastaha. Krishna was seated on the chariot and he got down from the chariot. For what? To keep the vow of Bishmadev. And then Bishmadev, because he is in that Virya Rasa, he is remembering how Krishna did that. Krishna got down from the chariot. He jumped down from the chariot and he picked up the wheel. Dhrita Rata Charano. Rata Charana means the wheel of the chariot. He picked up. Dhrita Rata Charano Abhyaya Chalat Gur Haririvahantamibham. Like a lion rushes forward to attack an elephant and kill it. Like that, Krishna took up the chariot wheel and rushed towards Bhishmadev. Gatottariyaha. And when Krishna rushed forward like that, he forgot everything else. And his uttariya, his chadar, which was decorating his shoulder, that fell down. Krishna did not bother. He did not notice. Arjuna saw Krishna has got down from the battlefield. He has got down from the ratha. He has picked up the wheel and he is going to attack Bhishma. He has broken his promise. What is this? Arjuna also got down from the ratha and he ran and held Krishna's feet and he said, Krishna, no, you should not break your promise. Please drop the chariot wheel. Krishna was not bothered. Krishna dragged Arjuna also along with him. Can you imagine? Arjuna was not some weakling. Arjuna was a powerful warrior. And he is clinging to Krishna's feet, to his waist and pulling Krishna. Krishna is dragging him also along. And raising that huge chariot wheel in his hand. Can you imagine? That was the scene. And Bhishmadev was remembering that in full ecstasy. So externally, when Bhishmadeva and other fighters are seeing, oh, Krishna is rushing, he is fully angry, Bhishmadeva is standing, he has given up his bow and arrow. So it appears two angry people are fighting each other. But actually, what is going on between them? Such a wonderful pastime is happening between them. So when devotees fight, it is not like ordinary people fighting. Donald Trump will fight with Venezuelan president. He will fight with Iran Khomeini. Putin will fight with Zelensky. And they will bitterly fight with each other, angry, grudgingly. When devotees fight, it's not like that. When Arjuna and Bhishmadev are fighting, they are not fighting like that. Internally, something else is going on. Similarly, you see, both Indra and Vritrasura, both are devotees. So externally, Indra is sending the Vajra, cutting off the hands of Vritrasura, and Vritrasura is also using his mace made of iron and he's hitting at Indra. So externally it appears, both of them are in Kolaveri, they are about to kill each other. But as we can see from the previous verses, what is happening? Both of them are talking about devotional service in the middle of the battlefield. The right arm of Vritrasura has been cut off. You can imagine, right arm has been cut off, blood is pouring, and Vritrasura is talking about devotional service to Indra. And Indra also is immediately recognizing, oh, even in such a condition, you are able to talk of devotional service, I salute you. Indra is also glorifying Vritrasura. I understand from this that you are a great pure devotee. You see? So then why are both of them fighting? Devotees means they should be always peaceful. They should not be fighting with each other. Shanti, there should be Shanti, there should be good cooperation between them. If they had some disagreement, Vritrasura and Indra should have sat behind closed doors and they should have a discussion and sorted it out. Why fight like this in the public? Why should Bhishmadeva and Arjuna fight each other? they should sit behind closed doors and sort out the agreement. No. Actually, the Pandavas tried that. They sent Krishna as the emissary. Krishna went with a peace proposal, and behind closed doors, all was discussed. When everything failed, the Pandavas fought. Right? Arjuna fought against Bishmadev. Arjuna fought against Dronacharya. So this is required as a matter of duty. Vritrasura, because he was born in an Asura family, it was his duty to lead the Asuras and fight against the Devatas. And Indra, he had his duty to perform. He cannot allow anybody else to come and sit on the throne because Krishna has designated him to rule over the universe. So he cannot allow anybody unauthorized to come and sit there. So Indra is doing his duty. He is fighting. He does not have any personal grudge against Vritrasura. Vritrasura doesn't have any personal grudge against Indra, but both of them are fighting out of a sense of duty. So when devotees fight, if devotees are fighting, you have to understand, you cannot see it through the lens like how you would see ordinary people fighting in the material world. So in a similar vein, we have to understand many times when it comes to the Guru issue, many devotees, many people say, why are you two groups fighting each other? You should sit behind closed doors and talk and sort it out. No. All that behind closed doors, all sorting out, done. But they did not accept. So now what will we do? We cannot say that we are devotees, we will not fight. We will fight. We will fight in the public domain. We will fight in front of everybody. Why? Because Arjuna also fought in the public only with Bishmadev. Because Bishmadev was fighting with the unauthorized person who was sitting on the throne. So Arjuna said, if you are standing for that unauthorized person, I will fight you. Indra fought with Vritrasura publicly, not behind closed doors. Why? Because Vritrasura was trying to unauthorizedly occupy the position. So if Prabhupada's position someone unauthorizedly tries to occupy, they may be devotees, but we will fight them. We cannot avoid it. We don't have any personal grudge against them. This is something which we have to understand, which we have to learn from the example of Vritrasura, Indra, Arjuna, Bhishma, all these personalities. They had no personal grudge. They respected each other. Similarly, we also have to respect them. They are devotees. They are also chanting Hare Krishna. They also worship Prabhupada. It's there. But they have unauthorizedly occupied Prabhupada's position as the Diksha Guru. Therefore, we have to fight them. On that principle as a matter of duty. From the other side, they may not follow that etiquette. They may call us all ill names. They may vilify us. Then it becomes a little difficult. You see, in this example between Vritrasura and Indra, both of them understood each other. That you are also devotee, I am also devotee. But because of duty, we are fighting each other. So they respected each other, glorified each other, and fought with each other. They did not vilify each other. But now, when the opposite, party is not following that etiquette and simply throwing mud and vilifying and using all dirty tricks, then it becomes difficult to maintain our sanity. But just because they are not following etiquette doesn't mean that we have to give the etiquette. We will remain respectful. We will not develop personal grudge, but we will do our duty. We will fight for Prabhupada. So no matter what the result, if Bhishmadeva, by fighting against Arjuna, his glory did not diminish. Bhishmadeva was eventually defeated, but his glory did not diminish. In fact, today's verse, the chapters, the name of today's verse we are discussing, the title of the chapter in which this verse appears is called Vritrasura's Glorious Death. Vritrasura was defeated by Indra, but still his death is glorious because he did it doing his duty. So in this fight for Prabhupada, if we get defeated, there is no infamy. We have been defeated gloriously, fighting for not our personal aggrandizement. It is for Prabhupada's position. So if we defeated, no problem. We have gloriously fought and got defeated. If we win the battle, the whole world is ours to bring to the shelter of the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada. Either way, our fight is glorious. So we don't have to, we don't have to be hesitant in our battle to fight against unauthorized people occupying Prabhupada's position. And we are not bothered about the result also, but by Krishna's and Prabhupada's kripa, we are already victorious. That's a different matter. But either way, we have to understand that these kind of things we have to be careful especially when we have a disagreement with other Vaishnavas, that we do not disrespect them, but we do our duty and leave the result to Krishna. So I'll stop here. If anybody has any question or comment, we can discuss. Anybody? So shall we stop? So we'll stop here. Grantharaj Shrimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.